Hello and thanks for staying with us at Asset Television. Welcome to Fashion Unfiltered. My name is Emmanuel Akwaya, and with me in the studio is Mr. Godsent Ogbebo. Mr. Godsent, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you, and thanks for having me here today.
Well, today we're going to be answering a thought-provoking question which says, should the statement "dress how you want to be addressed" still be valid in today's society? Mr. Godsent, what do you think? Should it still be valid in today's society?
Well, I think that statement is rooted in both psychology and sociology, so it's something that is common. So somehow, we cannot really entirely eradicate it from some people's mind. So the statement can exist, but when you have the right frame of mind and thinking pattern, somehow you would now understand that you can be for it or against it. Yes.
Okay, good. For me, I feel like too much power has been given to this statement. Okay, contradicting statement that I want to bring up today is "don't judge a book by its cover." So I feel like the statement "dress how you want to be addressed" has too much power than "don't judge a book by its cover." My concern now is, why is the power not balanced between these two statements?
Okay, because when you take a look at this thing practically, firstly, dress the way you want to be addressed, that speaks of perception, right? So when you now say "don't judge a book by its cover," that's like you trying to stay on the fence. So when you dress the way you want to be addressed, or you might not know, you can dress in a way and somehow the kind of address that will come to you will be something that is unpleasant, right? So it's three things basically. One is there's something about dress sense or fashion, and what that brings is, firstly, before you even talk, one thing that makes a statement is how you dress, is how you look. So that's where the word fashion statement now comes in. So if you want to now dress the way you want to be addressed, and the way you want to be addressed, don't forget, you're not the one, like the dresser, you're not the one who's going to have that notion. It's the perception that people would sense from you, that they will not be able to be like, okay, with the way you are dressed, you seem like a politician, and someone like, I'm not a politician, I'm just dressing like this. And somehow you would see people who would want to also castigate people based on how they dress. It's not like they dress and somehow it's all nude, but perception differs. Even not everybody would like you. No matter how you dress that is good, people would want to say castigate that I don't like how you dress. If you ask them why, they don't have something to say. So then, judging a book by its cover is something that I feel people should not indulge in. You must get to open the book.
And let me tell you the reason why I brought these two statements together. I'm trying to link it now for you. The reason why I brought it up is because first impression, I know that it exists and I know it matters. Like when you enter a particular place, people want to judge you entirely on how you dress or how you appear, which is what our society do now.
Definitely.
In today's society, once you are there, they just see you and then they assume that, oh, this person is this. So why I brought those two statements is because I feel like people are unfairly treated and disregarded, because these days, once you dress up to somewhere, you feel you are speaking, you are expressing yourself through fashion, and then when you enter the room, there's someone already saying, why is she dressed like that? I don't know if they want you to dress in a way that society seems fit, but you understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
Let me give you an example to back up this whole issue. There was a video that went viral in 2024 with a celebrity. I think her name is Bethany Frankel. She's one of the Real Housewives of New York. So this thing happened in Chicago in 2024, and the video went viral, and she was complaining that she went to a store in Chicago to get something, and they didn't let her in. In fact, according to her, they didn't even open the door for her because she was dressing in comfy clothes. Comfy clothes, normal sweatpants and sweatshirt, and they're like, no, you can't come in. And she was like, okay, these people are discriminating me. Let me go back and come back the next day. She came back the next day to experiment the whole thing, and then she was dressed in designer clothes, and you could see her. Everybody was like, come in. Yes, and she was like, so you now have a dress code to enter a store. Do you understand? So my question now, before I continue, let me even bring you to one YouTuber. I think his name is Lee Thomas. He's on YouTube. You can check him up. Or maybe we'll post a video about him. He does this social experiments where he will dress normal and then ask people for location. You'll be like, where is the train station? And then you could see that in the video. There were people that gave him some kind of reaction. Oh, I don't know. And they just walked past him. So he changed into a suit, like you said earlier. And then he was like, please, can you get me to the location to this place? And people started saying, oh, yeah, welcome.
Nice
and they're nice to him. So my question here is, are we responding to character or clothes?
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah. You see, just like you said, there's this statement that says there's no second time to make a first impression. But I feel somehow you can have a second time when it comes to social experiments, just like the two thorough examples you gave that are practical. And one thing is that people can see the way you dress and somehow use it to depict your character even before you show your kind of person. You understand? So when it comes to such occurrence where there was a way you dressed, the clothes you wore, and all of those things that concerns fashion, and maybe you get to a place or you are trying to do a social experiment, and somehow society has this split understanding. So some persons would want to accept you the way you are, like this social experiments video. Sometimes even when someone is dressed up in rag, society can accept that person and offer help to that person. But somehow you see a majority even castigate such person, and they don't want to near the person or have anything to do with such a person. But imagine a person dressed up with 3-piece suits and then maybe asking you, said that same question that person dressed up in rag is asking. You would want to be nice because somehow you would think that there should be a return on your answer. Maybe the person will be nice to you or show you kindness by giving you envelope. So that's how society have this split of thinking. So sometimes when you have this certain dress sense, the thing is, you are not dressing for people. You are dressing to be confident. That's what dressing does. It helps you to be confident. You are dressing so that it's not like you are dressing so that you'll be addressed the way you are dressed. You are dressing so that you can have boldness. To
step onto the best version of yourself. I understand. That's very empowering. You understand? That's good. Do that to help you.
Yeah.
It's even a good personal goal.
Yeah.
But when the society wants to use clothes to decide who gets the attention, to decide who gets the services, or dignity, that is when it's wrong.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you now, do you think the responsibility should be on an individual to dress well, or on the society to learn how to treat people better on the onset?
Yeah, you see, the thing is partial. Yes, it's partial because as an individual, let me say this illustration. So there's a friend of mine answering this question, right? There's a friend of mine who went for a certain occasion, not a wedding, but a certain gathering where you have, let's say, politicians and leaders, and he just went there as a participant, right? And somehow they mistook him because of the way he was dressed. They mistook him that he was one honorable, and they took him to the front of a certain honorable. And when he looked at the table, he saw the name honorable. This. He had to call the attention of the usher and be like, "I'm not an honorable, and this is not my name." So you can see how the way you dressed, and somehow there's a sect of society that
choose you.
Yes, they will choose you, they will accept you. But somehow you can be in the class of some persons, and when you are dressed like that, they'll be like, this person, you overdress. Now is it that you are putting out something out there that is nude? No, but you overdress. So if you are dressing, you are not dressing to please society. So as a person, it should be as a person or as an individual, dressing should come from what you want. So if you know that if you look like this, you will be free, you will be confident, you won't be shy, you won't be timid, then of course go for it, right? So society should not now depict or help you decide how to look and how to appear.
Why I brought up society is because of it's normalized now. I understand that society reacts to visual cues, but it's normalized. The disrespect is normalized. Once they see you, they have something to say. And you said something about if you dress the way society seems fit, they'll respect you. There's the way they receive you, right? But the question is, if an individual is going to keep dressing to please the society, I feel like it's indirectly an unfair behavior. Okay, because now I'm trying to dress to get the respect. I feel like that's no longer respect. That's conditional approval. And you know one problem with conditional approval? Today it keeps moving. Today it's on clothes, tomorrow it's on accent, skin tone, and then they start teaching you how to talk and walk.
And
I'm like, if you keep saying people should dress the way that you think is appropriate, then what is fashion exactly? Because fashion is about you expressing yourself.
Yes, expression of oneself.
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Totally. So it's expression of oneself. So it becomes a camouflage where you tend to want to now look like how people like want you to look like in their own head. Somehow, see, the truth is that if you want, it's difficult to keep up with such notion or such perspective, because you might even run out of cash to try. I mean, people might be like, okay, come on, okay, I've seen you dressed like this, can you keep up dressing like this? And that's one expensive lifestyle. When we talk about dressing and fashion, see, the truth is, no matter how we want to say you can, the little you have, the truth is, even with the little you have, that's a lot to some people, right? So I would depict this somehow. Let's go back date somehow in history. Prior to the AFCON, currently ongoing, towards when Congo was, when we were on the field playing, there was this guy who dressed up like Patrice Lumumba. He is a he's a Congolese, yeah. So and his dress sense could speak that he's not dressing the way society would want to accept him. He's dressing in a form that makes him bold. So he's taking, one thing about dressing is that you are actually now representing your culture. So the way he dresses represents his culture, and his culture now, it's now like, it's not about whether you are different kind of culture. We have ethnicity. You can have your inner culture, and that inner culture is what now makes you come out the way you want to be. So that's why if you see these celebrities,
but when you do that, there are some people who might not see it as appropriate. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And they will want to disrespect you. I'm seeing this thing. I'm talking about everyday lifestyle. You see someone dressed to the market and she's frowned upon. Like, why is this girl wearing this? You understand what I'm saying? And some people don't want to even sell to you. Some people don't want to sit next to you. Yeah. If you want to touch them, they'll be like, oh, don't touch me. Yes. Because I feel like it's giving a judgmental society. Yeah. If you ask me.
Yeah, of course. Like we said.
So you agree with me that the dress how you want to be addressed should not have so much power. Or it should not have all the power. There should be a balance of power between dress how you want to be addressed and don't judge a book by its cover. You agree with me? Yeah. Finally, I want to also ask one more question. Do you think between girls or boys, or should I say male or female, who do you think is more judged on how they dress or like how they look? Who do you think is more judged in the society on how they dress?
Yeah, according to statistics, it's females.
The females, okay. I feel the male too. Honestly, you cannot overemphasize this, because even the male, people have problem with these beards. Have you ever had any issue with your beards in an organization? No. There are people who have problems with beards for guys. They have problems with sagging. They even have problems with baggy trousers. Yeah. And I thought baggy trousers were covered for guys. But there's some people that have problems with that. So you see that this whole fashion thing, you might think one is appropriate, and another person might feel like, oh, it's not appropriate.
So the scale is actually
not basically, I feel like we should judge the character and not the clothes.
Not the clothes.
So
yes.
Do you have any question for me?
Okay, so not really a question, but to this segment is one that is enlightening, and somehow I'm even trying to imagine certain things that the society can incorporate, right? So do not judge, right? So definitely just get to hear someone, and just get to know them first before you judge them by their appearance. Okay,
and also you should try looking good, right?
Yeah, of course.
So are we agreeing to disagree?
Okay, so let's just agree to disagree.
Before we do that, let's know your views. So join our conversation on our social media channels to tell us your views. Do you have any other thing to say?
Nothing per se, but I would just want to enjoin the viewers to get to listen to this thoroughly. They should hear what we are saying and not what we are not saying.
Yes, they should hear exactly what we are saying. And if you look at it very well, you realize that don't judge a book by its cover is supposed to outweigh don't dress how you want to be addressed. Yeah. So you can side me if you want. So follow us on all our social media channels. It was glad having you, Mr. Dunsent.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so join us so you will not miss our next episode on Fashion Unfiltered. Thank you.
Thank you.